Hello and welcome to the Clock Cleaners Podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Keith.
And today we'll be recapping Smackdown from May 2nd.
Yes.
Not May 12th.
No, not yet.
There won't be a Smackdown.
There will not. But, you know, be the... Yeah, I guess it would be the week of May 12th.
Was it a Monday?
No, it's a Sunday.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean...
No, it's not.
No. Yeah.
I told it's Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Well, yeah.
Anyway, let's actually talk about what we're supposed to be talking about here.
What's that?
Smackdown from May 2nd.
Ah, there we go. All right. So, we open the show with Shane McMahon coming out to introduce SmackDown's newest superstar.
And who would that be?
I was getting to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is the new United States champion, the new face of America, Chris Jericho.
It's true.
So Shane comes out. He says, yeah, wow. I'm having a little special moments here. That's right. He promotes the match for tonight, well, the rematch between Jericho and Owens, which I guess we're excited to see. I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, you know, the two of them are entertaining together. So.
They are. Yeah, I guess both their matches were good. The previous two.
Oh, you mean, yeah.
Yeah, both pay-per-view matches.
Yes.
So. But AJ Styles decides to come out and say a lot of things have changed since him and Jericho have been on the same brand together.
It's true.
And that they were once friends, turned bitter enemies.
They even made a shirt about that.
Yes, the Y2AJ. But AJ says that he would love to face Jericho at Backlash, but he doesn't know if he's even going to make it out of SmackDown tonight.
Because he's facing Owens for the title.
Which, I mean, did we really want to see AJ and Jericho again?
It wouldn't have been terrible.
Right, but I feel like Owens and AJ would be something we would be more excited to see.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Kevin Owens, he decides to come out and insults the three of them that are standing in the ring, like he always does.
Yeah.
And AJ decided to leave the ring and attack Owens. So, yeah, pretty standard opening segment.
Yeah. Actually, before the opening segment technically happened, they had like a earlier today little thing.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. And it was basically... It was Jinder yelling at a photographer to take pictures of him holding the title.
Yeah, I kind of walked in
Yeah.
at exactly like 8:00. Actually, it was like 8:01, and then turned it on and saw Shane coming out.
Yeah, and then Shane walked up from behind him and said that you need to earn this, and then he took it from him.
Oh, okay. All right, that answers my question because when I was watching, I was like, how come he's not carrying the title with him? So,
Shane took it from him.
all right.
And then that's when they announced the match between him and Sami Zayn.
Oh, okay. Wow, a lot happened in that little. Well, not a lot, but it was literally a minute.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, it set up a match that otherwise went unexplained.
yeah,
So.
which is the first match of the night.
Yeah.
It was Jinder Mahal and Sami Zayn, which Sammy's kind of getting the same treatment he had on Raw.
Yeah. Basically, he's just there to make people look good.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't even doing that on Raw.
Well,
Toward the end, he was.
He was. But his Braun Strowman feud, and prior to that, it wasn't really that inspiring.
No. But yeah, this was pretty much an even match. Though actually, I think Sammy controlled some. Actually, I guess I would say it was pretty even.
Yeah, it wasn't a particularly one-sided at any
which
point.
I don't see them booking it to be one-sided anyway. Just for the simple fact that they're trying to build up Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, well, he's they wanted to make it feel like he's a real competitor for the title.
But as usual, as the heels would do, Sammy went for a haluva kick in the corner to Jinder when one of the Singh brothers grabbed Jinder's leg and pulled him outside the ring. So Sammy was gonna, I guess, what is it? His plancha, I guess, over the ropes.
But that dive?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that's called.
Yeah. He bounced off the ropes, and then the other Singh brother grabbed his leg, so distracting Sammy. So Sammy turns around to look at... I wish I forgot which one of the Singh brothers it was.
Yeah, they're worse in terms of I guess recognition than the Colognes are.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stick with A and B.
All right. But anyway, Sammy turns around and Jinder hits him with his Cobra Clutch Slam.
Is that what it's called?
That is what it's called.
Okay, because I was gonna say they just said they dropped them or
Yeah.
something like that on commentary.
Yeah. No, it's
I
Cobra
don't even
Clutch
know
Slam.
what the hell that move's called.
Yeah. So Jinder then got the 3 count and the win, which kind of makes sense. You had to know he was going to win the match.
Yeah, well, because like I said, they want to make him seem like a viable threat.
Mhm. Yeah. It's funny how when he was coming to the ring with I'll still call them the Bollywood Boys.
Yes.
It was funny though. I mean, he's much bigger than they are,
Much.
but the way the camera panned, it looked like he was a giant with them.
Uh-huh.
Standing next to them.
Yeah, well, it's probably because he's almost a foot taller than both of them.
Yeah,
so.
he's probably around Orton's size. I would
Yeah.
assume he's probably 6'6" or something like that.
Yeah, he just doesn't seem like a big guy because they
No.
don't really showcase what he looks like.
Well,
He's
beside his veins,
well, yeah. But just in terms of like physical appearance, he's pretty big.
which we did not see Randy Orton tonight, did we?
No, because he got deleted. Or whatever they want to call it
Yeah.
when Bray Wyatt eats him or something.
Which still so dumb.
It's true. All right, so up next we had a backstage segment where the what was it, the welcoming committee?
Yes, the female heels of SmackDown.
Yeah,
I guess you want to call them.
Natalia, Carmella, and Tamina,
and James Ellsworth.
and Ellsworth.
He is referred to as a member of the women's division.
They try to recruit Becky Lynch.
They said that I think she was the one that deserved the title shot, and
Instead
not
of Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah. So they were kind of trying to get on her graces.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how Tamina, who came back, the 2 weeks ago or whatever?
Yeah, whenever the shakeup was.
Yeah, she came back at the same time, and she's welcoming.
All right. Flashing light.
Yeah, she's welcoming Charlotte, who showed up at the same time, which is just kind of funny. Whatever.
Well,
it keeps on doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut it off.
Okay.
We'll keep going.
All right. So, but it's odd how, that besides the point is really stupid, but you kind of figure that what they're going to do is either set up a heel turn for Becky.
Well, that's the thing. It's just so one-sided. Nobody looks at any of the heels on SmackDown and says, "Oh, they're a credible threat."
It's kind of funny because the only real competition's on the face side.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often.
No. No, usually the heels are the ones that overpower and the faces come from behind or whatever, their victories and stuff like that, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Well, the only thing that they would have would be the numbers.
The numbers, yeah.
And it's even. There's only 6 of them. It's 3-on-3.
Yeah.
So it's not even
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. So, like I said, maybe they're setting up for a heel, or it seems like possibly setting up for a heel turn. They're certainly hinting at it here.
Right, yeah.
Because after the welcoming committee left, she looked like
she was pondering.
Yeah, she was contemplating joining them. And you got to remember, last week, she didn't come down to help Naomi or Charlotte.
Right, yeah, which was strange, which we talked about last week, that she was kind of absent, which, like you said, would think that she was going to turn heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, yeah. None of the heels are going to take the belt off of Naomi.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Or
at least not right now.
Yeah. Up next, I guess you could call it a rematch from, what was that, 2 weeks ago? During the Superstar shakeup? Or was it the week after?
Well, are you talking about
the Aiden English versus Ty Dillinger?
Well, that's not what happened next, though. What happened next was the backstage.
Oh, right.
Yeah, with Dolph Ziggler complaining about Shinsuke being on the poster for Backlash, but he's not even here tonight.
Yeah.
Except for the fact he was probably right on the other side of the camera.
Yeah, which I think Dolph even said that he didn't know his name or something like that. And then Shane said, "Oh, he told you his name last week."
Actually, that might not even be true.
I could have sworn Shane said something about
No,
that.
no, that's not what I mean. Shinsuke
he
might
just
be on the tour because they're in Europe right now.
Oh, okay.
So he might have been on the tour.
Yeah.
So that's why he wasn't there.
Oh, because he was. They went with NXT, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he might have gone.
That's right.
And Ty didn't go.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Okay.
So
yeah.
that could be why
I
he wasn't there.
I think they said something. I thought that Aleister Black was going to be with one of the main roster brands on the tour.
Oh, okay.
So they might have just swapped him out. But yeah, you could be right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
That's what I would think.
Yeah. But
yeah, Dolph's just sitting back there complaining about that. So I'm assuming 3 NXT people.
yeah, I don't know who any of them
Two
were.
of them look very familiar, but that doesn't really mean anything.
No.
Then Shane comes up and says, what does Shane say?
Well, I think Dolph said that it seems to be Shane and Daniel Bryan's plan to make Backlash all about Shinsuke when he wasn't even here tonight, or when he hasn't even had his first match yet, or something like that. Yeah.
So he's complaining about them hyping Shinsuke's first match.
Yeah, and then Shane kind of said he's Shinsuke Nakamura and kind of hyped him up a little bit.
Yeah, because he's like, no one knows who this guy is. Yeah. And then Shane told him that he introduced himself last week.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And then I guess Dolph said he'll take out his frustration on Sin Cara later tonight, which apparently was later on tonight.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
I'm so glad they brought Sin Cara over just to do what Kalisto did.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, God.
I guess what happened was they brought up the dumpster thing to Sin Cara, and he's like, no way, Jose. And then, so they said, okay, we'll get Kalisto to do
it. That's true.
He's smaller, so it works better.
Yeah. What the hell are they going to do with Dolph? Is this just going to be the rest of his career? Kind of floating in the mid-card?
It's hard to tell, you know.
Well, I mean, we spoke maybe last week about his match with Ambrose and SummerSlam for the title.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
It got a poor reaction, too, from the crowd.
Yeah.
So even his heel turn was very tough because they just didn't care.
Well, no. People were very excited when he first turned heel.
Right, but I mean, his going about and beating up Kalisto and Apollo Crews and just kind of cementing himself. I know it's just basically jobbers at the time. Well, I guess they technically still are. But.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking he needs to just wait it out and eventually something will come up.
Yeah.
Just because you got to remember Randy Orton before he got hurt was literally doing the same thing.
Oh, was he?
He was doing nothing.
Yeah.
If anything, he was just a generic face that got thrown into tag teams.
But you got to think Randy Orton's more of a recognizable name than Dolph.
Yeah, that's true, but that's I'm just talking about in general.
Yeah.
Usually what will happen is like they'll get hot and then they'll go away for a little bit and then something will come up that'll work with them. And then they'll get a push again.
Yeah. But I guess time will tell.
It's true.
I don't know if SmackDown's the right brand for him, though.
For some people, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Because, like, the opportunities will be there for new stories eventually. It's just a matter of when everything runs through.
Well, I guess you have to find somebody that he gels with, too. Because, I mean, like we've seen with Jericho and Owens, the two of them work very well together.
Well, it helps that they're both really good.
Yeah, so. I was going to say AJ and anybody.
It's true. We could get an AJ Dolph feud for the U.S. title.
I guess that's always true. I think they had one match, and I think it was good.
I would assume so.
Yeah, it was, I think, the early days of SmackDown.
I would think nothing less of that.
Yeah.
Because Dolph is good. It's
he's definitely a good worker. Yeah, it's just
a very interesting character.
No.
Depending on what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, moving on from the boring people.
All right, now it's the Aiden
about.
English versus Ty Dillinger match, which I think happened a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I think it was it? No, it couldn't have been his first match.
First match was Hawkins, yeah. That was the Raw after, the SmackDown after Mania.
Maybe. I'm pretty sure it happened.
I think it was the Superstar Shakeup one.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. because that was the day before, I believe, is when Simon Gotch got released, and then they kind of started talking about Aiden English being on his own.
Oh, yeah. Starting with his singer gimmick.
Yes, going back to his NXT days.
Yeah, well, his early NXT days.
Right, yes, before the Vaudevillains.
Mm-hmm.
This was a squash match. He got, a couple seconds worth of offense in.
Yeah, it wasn't much. He snuck up on Ty while he was doing his entrance or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Or putting his shirt, taking his shirt off. Yeah. And, blindsided him. Got a couple hits in. Threw him into the ropes. Ty reversed it. Then threw him into the corner. Gave him... stomped a mud hole.
Yeah.
And then threw him... picked him up for a tiebreaker. A variation of the tiebreaker.
Or probably the new tiebreaker.
Yeah, because as you said, it was very similar to
AJ's
move.
Yeah, well, that is the same. The tiebreaker is the same move that AJ uses. It's just like you said, it's
not a finisher.
Right. So yeah, he got his ass beat.
Yep.
And they started crying in the middle of the ring.
Yeah. Which led us next to our backstage segment where Jericho is being interviewed by Renee, who he referred to as Ronnie. At this point, Aiden English is walking through the backstage area, and Jericho's like, whoa, are you crying, buddy? You got nothing to cry about. You're on Smackdown Live. You're a good wrestler. You can sing. You're handsome looking. You got a nice hairy chest.
Yeah.
At that point, Jericho looks at him and goes, you know what happens when people cry on Chris Jericho's new show? He's kind of shaking his head, and then
he's like, no, don't do it. No.
And then he picks up his pen and adds him to the list. And then he turns to Renee and goes, You too. Jericho.
It was funny because the entire time you could see that Renee Young was having so much trouble not laughing.
Yeah. Which, when I think it was Jericho said something about his hairy chest or something like that, Aiden English started laughing too. Good stuff as usual.
Yeah, and it was funny because when he said "you too" to Renee, she had what?
Why me?
Yeah, as if she didn't know. Well, there's a chance that he could ad-lib that, but
yeah, that's true.
So, because Jericho probably has a little more freedom when it comes to stuff like that, I would assume.
Yeah, I would assume so. Next, we had an interview with Dasha interviewing Charlotte.
Yeah.
Just basically talking about the events that happened last week with her getting attacked by the heels of SmackDown. And surprise, surprise, they showed back up again to attack her.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because what happened was Carmella came up next to Dasha.
Right.
And then
just stared at Charlotte, right?
Charlotte turned around, saw Natalya and Tamina there. And without any kind of actual, I guess, altercation, she started attacking Natalya.
Yeah.
So it's she wasn't she was just assuming that they were going to beat her up, I guess.
So yeah, they laid Charlotte out, which introduced us next to the tag team match that was talked about earlier in the show, right? You said Shane introduced it in the beginning. Oh no, sorry, that was a Jinder match.
Yeah.
They did bring it up though.
They probably announced it earlier.
I think it was between the
it probably
the
was
Owens
sometime.
match and then the not the Owens match, the Owens segment and the Jinder Mahal match. I think it was.
Yeah, they probably said something around the time of the Becky thing.
Yeah,
the Becky interview,
something like that.
But yeah, basically what they did was they took Charlotte out before the start of the tag match.
Yeah, so it was pretty much a handicap match now with Naomi taking on Carmella and Natalya. Yeah. There's not really much to say. Like we talked about, the heels are not very strong. The numbers are their only
possible
saving grace, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So Naomi pretty much held her own for a good part of the match.
Actually, it was actually a lot longer than I thought it was going to be.
Which once Carmella and Natalya started double teaming her and taking advantage, Charlotte eventually made her way out. Naomi got the hot tag into her. So Charlotte was controlling the match, and then the numbers game came into play.
Well, yeah,
I think she did. No, she tagged Naomi back in. Because she was getting.
Yeah, at one point Charlotte was getting. I guess just getting isolated, which is weird because you just assume that wouldn't happen.
Right. Well, I don't even know if I'd consider her to be a full face or.
I think she's almost there.
Yeah.
I think something more has to happen for that to happen. But.
Yeah. But yeah. Naomi got the tag in and she hit Carmella with a rear view.
Okay, yeah.
Which I think.
Well,
was it?
She went for the pin, but Natalya was on the ropes or on the outside trying to distract the ref.
Right.
Did this match even have a clean finish, or did it end?
Because I think Ellsworth got up on the apron.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then that distracted Naomi, and then Carmella rolled up Naomi for the 3 count.
Yeah, she had the tights and everything.
Yeah,
I remember.
Right.
Now.
So at this point, the heels started beating up on Charlotte and Naomi, to which Becky Lynch's music came out.
Yep. She came out, and then she kind of just stood there and looked.
All of the Natalya, Carmella, Tamina, and James Ellsworth were kind of just standing in the ring next to each other.
They were celebrating their work.
And Becky came out and shook hands with Natalya, and then Carmella, and then Tamina, right? And then she went to hug Ellsworth. And she grabbed him and kind of threw him into the other 3 women.
Yeah, I think she threw him into Natalya.
Yeah, I thought they were all standing next to each other. So.
Well, I think Tamina and Carmella moved out of the way.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But yeah, at that point in time, Naomi and Charlotte were in the corners. No, Charlotte was on the outside. Naomi was in the corner.
Right. Yeah, they were just incapacitated.
Yeah, they were taken out.
Yeah. To which the heels beat down Becky. And stood tall.
Yeah, that was a weird segment just because it was kind of defining, or there was an attempt to define, I guess, Becky. Yeah. So if she came down and immediately attacked them, it would have made her look strong if she was on top. Or if she joined them, obviously, it's like, okay, that's a heel turn.
Yeah.
But the way they did it, and she ended up not overcoming, like, it just made it seem like it was like,
pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I mean, who's going to honestly look at? You're going to get a women's tag match probably next week.
Yeah, either next week or possibly a Backlash if they don't want to put that title on the line.
I mean, it'll be Becky, Naomi, and Charlotte versus Tamina, Carmella, and Natalya.
Well, it's really going to come down to,
unless we have a heel turn soon.
Yeah. Well, we don't know for sure, but there's a chance that depending on the amount of matches that they have, like already, or they plan on having at Backlash, they could say, okay, we're just going to put all of you in one match, and that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there's technically no real number one contender right now.
No.
So there's a very good chance that title's not getting defended.
Yeah.
So.
Or they could just build up to maybe a match down the line between Naomi and Charlotte again.
Yeah, well, it's possible.
Yeah,
but as of right now, there's no clear cut explanation of what's going on.
And I mean, like we talked about in our Raw review, that the women's division on Raw is much stronger than the SmackDown division now.
Once you got Emma back, there was no way to evenly, I guess, correct or try to fix the divisions. So the best you could really do, or I should say even out them, the best you could really do was just put switch Charlotte and Alexa just for variety.
Right.
Because you're guaranteed to have a better division on a Raw just because the numbers, because the quality.
But right now you have 8 on Raw and 6 on SmackDown.
Because if you were to have moved more people, it would just be, okay, now the good people are on Raw.
Yeah.
So there was no...
No, Bliss and Charlotte did make sense as the even swap, but... and I guess they only brought Mickey over, so it would be 8.
Even.
Yeah.
I would assume so.
But, like you said, they started using Alicia Fox because it was 7.
Mm-hmm. So who knows what they're really thinking.
I mean, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's just...
It's not like it was when... Actually, it will be 8 and 8 probably.
Well, right, you have Lana and...
possibly Maurice. Oh, no, Maurice is on Raw with Miz now. I forgot about that.
No, I feel like there was somebody else I was thinking.
No, I don't think so, because that was my...
Yeah.
Well, I still technically don't know what the hell Lana's doing.
Right.
She's just dancing on a
Yeah.
chair.
Well, yeah, I think like I said, they tested the gimmick out in NXT.
Yeah. Well, she's been training for a long time, so it's not even like... But, I don't know. Maybe Nikki will come back at some point.
That's who it was. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But,
I was counting
that
her
was
as
the
not...
8th. Yeah.
I was counting her as not a...
Participant?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't know what her status is going to be.
There's also even a chance that Brie comes back at some point.
Well,
because her thing was that it's not that she didn't want to wrestle anymore, because she does.
Well, yeah, so she wanted to be.
She wanted to start a family.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't necessarily be soon, but it is potentially possible
down the road,
in the future.
But that would be after we have probably another shake-up or
Yeah,
another draft. I don't know what their plans are.
Either way, it's possible.
Yeah.
But who knows what Nikki's actually doing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure some people do. We don't.
You know what?
What?
We have the women's tournament over the summer, which
could bring people.
I mean, since I think the only people in recent memory are AJ and Gallows and Anderson that didn't go through NXT. So I'm pretty sure everybody now on is probably going to go through NXT.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll see. Oh, well, who knows what's going to happen with Asuka?
Yeah, she could come up soon. There's a chance that maybe she gets thrown into this nonsense.
Yeah.
Because she's bound to come up eventually.
And she's a heel in NXT. So.
Well, kind of.
Well, I mean,
I guess. Yeah, I guess she is a heel.
She cheated technically to beat Ember Moon at TakeOver.
That and the fact that she's got like the arrogant
Yeah, she thinks she can beat anyone, which
so it's just kind of hard to do that when she doesn't speak that much English. So it's hard to make that very clear. But
actions speak louder than words.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of open air going on in the SmackDown Women's division.
Now, as opposed to Raw, I was fine with them putting all the women in one segment, just because, like we said, there's not much they can really do with.
And it also wasn't one segment.
Well, that's
3.
Okay, fair enough, but not multiple women's matches.
Yeah, it was only one storyline.
Yeah, which this was the only tag team match of the night as well.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
No tag teams.
Although.
Yes,
there was mention of another tag team later on.
We'll get to that later on. And then we, speaking of a tag team, we got a New Day segment. I guess they're just waiting until Kofi is healed.
That would make sense.
Right.
Or they're waiting for the Fashion Police to win the titles.
It's possible.
But that's weird because they'll be booked as faces, right?
Who, the Fish? Oh, yeah, against the Usos. Yeah. That's true.
So it's weird. Who knows?
Yeah. Or the New Day may just come and do nonsense every week like they were doing on Raw for a while.
They might not wrestle. They'll just be a gimmick.
Well, like we talked about, I don't know if there was actual news on it, but I think there was rumors of Carlito possibly coming back.
There's been rumors of Carlito coming back forever.
I know, but I think they would push it more now that the clones are relevant.
They're getting traction
with using the same last name.
It's true, but they are related.
Yeah, okay, that's true. But if you have the New Day, you don't have another threesome to take them on. Unless Jinder Mahal and the Bollywood Boys.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to be doing a lot of that.
No.
Because the factions really aren't a thing anymore.
Yeah. Which they should be, because it's funny. Like over in Japan and Ring of Honor, and the stables run everything.
That's true. I don't know, it's just like you just have to get lucky. That's really what it is.
Yeah, I mean, the last stable we talked about, I think, was the the hell's the name? The one with Rusev and Barrett and
the League of Nations.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, and that did not go over very well.
It did not.
I mean, I guess you had the Wyatt family too, but again,
didn't end well.
No.
Anyway, so up next was that match that we talked about earlier with Dolph Ziggler versus Sin Cara.
Yeah. Don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess
Sin Cara, he looked good throughout the match.
Yeah.
He controlled the majority of it.
He's very agile.
Yeah.
Although it's weird because of what he was wearing.
Oh, the full
bodysuit.
Yeah.
It kind of made it look like they were hiding like him getting like fat or something, but it didn't look like it.
Maybe it was a new Sin Cara.
Always possible.
How many have they gone through? 4? Something like that?
I know there's been multiples. I don't know how many.
No.
But yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
Sin Cara did a lot of high spots and that good stuff.
Finish of the match happened when Sin Cara was going for a moonsault, I believe, off the middle rope.
Yeah.
Like basically a lion salt.
Mm-hmm.
And
but since it's not Chris Jericho, it's called the moonsault.
It's true. And then Dolph put his knees up and ended the match with a super kick, which is kind of odd because...
Well, back in like October, he started using the super kick as a finisher again.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that it was odd that he used the super kick, but the fact that a super kick finished the match...
No, that's what I mean, though. He did that. There was a few matches like towards the end of last year where he actually finished the match with the super kick.
Well, but outside of him, no, a super kick doesn't finish the match.
No. Yeah. He's the only one who's done it in a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Although everyone still uses them, so that kind of defeats the purpose.
Has Kevin Owens hit a super kick throughout the match, or the Usos?
Yeah, the Usos use super kicks.
I'm not sure there's more too.
Not so super kicks.
No. Next, we had probably my favorite segment of the night.
We're not. Are we skipping stuff?
Okay. I'm sorry. Lana was introduced. No one cares.
I know, it's true.
4 freaking weeks in a row.
Yeah, and they do new ones every single time because she's always wearing a different dress.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. Or they just did a bunch of them at once.
I just hope it doesn't turn into another Emma fiasco.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I think that if Lana came out as a wrestler and she's not terrible, it'd be good.
Right. But we don't know.
Yeah, it depends on how long they want to draw this out.
It's true. And if they make her a heel or a face.
She'll probably face.
You think?
Just by the way that they're doing it. You know what I mean?
Guess.
Because usually if they're going to be bad guys, they make them look tough.
Yeah. But I guess she's an exotic dancer, so...
Yeah, who the hell knows?
See? Nobody knows.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying that I'm particularly interested. I just...
No.
But,
but like I said, inject new talent into the women's division.
Anything could
Basically
happen.
Throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
Exactly. That's what they did with the draft.
I mean, that's WWE's motto for pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this might work. Let's try it.
Yep.
This will work. Let's not try it.
This is what the fans want.
Yeah.
Well, this is what, the smart wrestling fans want.
No, they're not smart. They're just aware. Because I don't like that smart mark phrase. Because they're still stupid.
Wow.
Well, no, because they're stubborn. I think
don't
that's
necessarily... It. Yeah, okay. It's just the smart word.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean intelligent.
Yeah.
It just means
They're
aware,
just,
like you said. Yeah.
Because, like, those people...
Like
right?
with the Roman Reigns turning heel.
Yeah. It's like... And we're kind of considered that because we pay attention to, like, the, insider stuff.
Right, but I'm not going to get mad if they don't.
Oh, yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily what it means.
Well, I guess everybody's take on it's different.
Yeah, but it's just some people get too into it and too, like, overexcited about things that aren't that important.
I mean, you're not going to go out on a message board and start typing up about how mad you are about certain things?
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what the internet's for. See, I can use it. I can do it with my voice as opposed to my words or my written words.
I don't know which is worse.
All right, so what?
Yeah, I'll let you do this segment because I skipped ahead to it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So basically, what they did was they did like a Law and Order spoof. And it was for the Fashion Police.
The Fashion Files.
Yeah, they called it the Fashion Files, and it was Breeze and No, it was just Breeze sitting there.
Yeah, on a typewriter, an old school typewriter.
Yeah. And then he was talking about the
I guess the completion of the Ascension case,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you could see in the background there was a bunch of like pictures sitting like pinned to the
All
wall.
with the tag teams. And did you see, they said, or they had a note that said the colognes for resort fraud or something like that? Yeah.
There was a John Cena picture. I can't remember what it said, but it was like one of his like catchphrases. It was like a spoof on that.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was definitely good to see them building up the fashion police.
Yeah. And now that they finished the Ascension case, they have to start working on the Uggos.
Yeah, which is apparently their
name for
the
the
Usos. Yeah.
So that was definitely entertaining.
Yeah, which they will solve at Backlash. So I'm pretty sure that match was made last week.
Yeah, there's also no guarantee that they're going to solve it at Backlash.
No.
There's a good chance that they go in and then they lose and then they come back and win.
Yeah.
At some point.
But so I guess this is just kind of a face turn for them. I guess maybe just in the sense because they're against the Usos rather than them being actual faces.
Yeah. So who knows?
Yeah.
Because the tag division's very wonky.
Yeah, but they're both very good wrestlers.
Yeah.
I know you're not the biggest fan.
I don't like Tyler Breeze's character. I have no problem with him.
Yeah.
It's just I didn't like the whatever you want to call it, the fashion guy thing.
Before?
His original character. I have no problem with
the fashion police.
Yeah. It's funny. I enjoy
entertaining.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
and
when
that's all that matters.
Like with when they were like with John Cena during the Miz
feud.
feud.
That was great.
And he dressed
Breezy
up.
Bella.
Yeah. That was good. But I didn't like the traditional Tyler Breeze gimmick because it was a little too much.
I don't think he was trying to invent a new character. I think he was kind of just like it was kind of like a Shawn Michaels-esque boy toy type,
but like
type
a
thing,
little
but very conceited and I mean, I didn't have a problem with the character. I like Tyler Breeze, so
yeah.
But I think the Southpaw Wrestling really gave these guys recognition. I think a lot of people really liked Fandango as Chet Cheddarfield, and Breeze is the banker. So I feel like
that was like the most ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
I bought the farm.
But hey, they're giving new people, or different people, new.
Well, you don't want American Alpha against the Usos every single pay-per-view.
No, we do not.
They clearly didn't want it,
even though they work well together.
Yeah. Oh, they have really good matches. Yeah. It's just you gotta have variety.
Yeah, and like it's so funny. I think we talked about this previously before we were even recording. That Raw was too long at 3 hours, but SmackDown feels just so short at 2 hours now.
Yeah, it's weird
because
you feel like they're like squishing everything in as much as possible, and Raw you feel like they're expanding on everything for no reason.
Like I feel like because of what happened last week on Talking Smack with Corbin, they just needed a reason to write him off for this week, not put him on. Yeah, because they didn't have the time for him. So, because he got suspended for attacking Sami Zayn.
Well, that and he pushed the referee.
Oh, yes,
that's the reason why he got. Yeah, because it's okay if you beat up the wrestlers, but if you push the referees,
but I mean, he did a good job selling it because he was like, "Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that." Yeah. So, hey, like you said, no Orton tonight, which is fine.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
Basically, as long as Jinder's doing something.
Yeah. How long do you think the whole Jinder thing's going to last?
Not very long.
Yeah, you think people are just going to...
Well, what might happen is that he'll lose at Backlash. He'll be in the Money in the Bank match, but he won't win.
No.
And
which we'll go with an early prediction. Say Corbin's probably going to win it.
It seems like the fair assumption.
Yeah.
There's always the chance that Styles wins.
Or Sami Zayn, even.
Or Sami Zayn. It depends, because if Styles has the U.S. title, then he's not going to win. Like, he could technically. It wouldn't be the biggest surprise, but he probably wouldn't.
Yeah, because I feel like whoever wins the title next is probably going to hold on to it for a little while.
Most likely. Randy Orton's obviously like a transitional champion.
Yeah, or, I mean, it's possible that Owens beats Styles to retain the title, and we get Styles and Orton.
Oh, yeah, I don't think that Styles is going to win at Backlash. Yeah. He probably won't, just because it's like starting the feud.
Yeah,
And the two of them should be able to put on
absolutely.
a good feud
I'm
for
sure
a while.
they've wrestled in the Independents together, probably in Ring of Honor.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which brings us to our main event.
Kind of. Yeah.
What?
Well, you're right. I don't know. What
Ended the show.
I don't know what I was getting at.
All right, fair enough. I know you're sleepy.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, Jericho versus Owens for a rematch from the night before, or 2 nights before.
Yep, it was a decent match for I guess TV standards. I would say not the quality of either of the 2 matches they put on at WrestleMania and Payback, but
yeah, Jericho had tried to do what he did the night before with Owens' hand and kick it underneath the
behind the steps. Yeah, but Owens moved his hands away.
He's learning.
Yeah. And then Jericho had put Owens in the Lion Tamer, the Walls of Jericho. I'm sorry.
I think it's pretty much the same.
No,
move.
it's kind of
like
different.
Slightly different.
Yeah, Jericho can only do the Lion Tamer on smaller opponents.
Yeah, because it's like more of a stretch.
Yeah.
Whereas the Jericho, Walls of Jericho, he just sits on their back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically a Boston Crab.
Yeah.
So he got Owens, I think it was in the middle of the ring both times.
Oh.
At the Walls of Jericho.
I think one of them wasn't, but the second one was.
The second one was, yeah.
Because the first one, he very easily got to the
ropes. And then, he put him in again, and Owens got to the ropes again, which I think that was what led to the finish of the match.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah, which Kevin Owens won his title back with a very pop-up power.
Yeah, it was very abrupt.
Yeah,
because it was like all Jericho for a while, and then all of a sudden he just
turned it around. And won. Yeah,
so.
And it was, I think there was still like 5 minutes left in the show or something like that.
Yeah,
so
about that.
Didn't know if it was going to go up to the end or
if AJ was going to come out.
Well, he was banned from ringside.
But if the match is over, it doesn't matter.
That's true.
So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, fair enough.
But what ended up actually happening was that Owens, he was leaving.
Yeah, well, before we get to that, there was a spot earlier in the match. Actually, that was right before the finish.
What?
Where Owens DDT'd Jericho on the concrete by the entrance
Oh, yeah,
ramp.
that did happen. Okay,
yes.
I thought that was
so
after
Jericho
the match.
was selling that for a while.
Okay, yeah,
and then that's what led to the finish.
Okay, yeah.
So after the pinfall, Owens left the ring, and Jericho was kind of being tended to by the referee, and I think they called out EMTs.
Yeah.
And Owens kind of had this look of sorrow in his face.
Yeah, it looked like he felt bad.
Yeah.
But he kind of assumed that he didn't.
Mm-hmm. So then he got back in the ring and picked up Jericho for another pop-up powerbomb.
Mm-hmm. And then Jericho is even more out of it.
So at this point, Jericho was getting helped to the back by the referees and the EMTs. And at this point, we thought Owens left.
Yeah,
and as
he walked up the ramp.
Yeah. As they were making their way around the turnbuckle to go toward the ramp, the ring post, Owens came flying back down and attacked Jericho.
Yeah. Did he yell "not done yet"? I feel like he did.
I don't know if he did, but I remember when he pop-up powerbombed him for the second time, he yelled, "We were never best friends."
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things about Kevin Owens is that he likes to yell things like that normally wrestlers wouldn't do.
He's an interesting guy.
Yeah, it's very
good
entertaining. Like when he's in tag matches, he yells "high five" when he tags himself out.
Still, my favorite Kevin Owens moment was when him and Jericho against Enzo and Big Cass, and he was doing the Enzo dance on the apron. But yeah, so Owens grabs a chair from in the audience, and I think he did.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, he just kind of
grabbed it from over the barricade.
And then he hit Jericho with it first, and then he took it and put it around Jericho's neck and threw him into the ring post.
Yeah.
And that was their way of writing Chris Jericho off TV until he comes back, which I think they're talking about July, August.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's good because now he'll be on SmackDown, so he'll be on a show where he can have better stories.
Right.
Because on Raw, he'd be limited.
Well, that's true. I don't know if he's going to get the exposure he had on Raw. But I guess he'll be a main part of the picture. Maybe they're going to put the title on him.
It's possible.
Just because that could have been the simple fact. Because the fact, he's not going to win it from Lesnar.
No.
So Orton, the group of guys.
Well,
they
he
have
wouldn't
on,
win it from Orton, but
no. But I mean, Orton's. There's no guy that stands above everybody else.
there's
like
no
Lesnar does.
top guy.
Yes.
Well, there's no big dominant.
No.
figure.
Yeah. You have a lot
I
of
guess the
people
top
hovering
guy's
at the main event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top guy's not a very good word for that. But yeah, anything's possible on SmackDown. They
Yeah.
call it the land of opportunity for a reason.
It's true.
So
Except if you're I guess in the middle card and lower card or a tag team. Well, I mean that's not true because the Fashion Police are getting an opportunity.
it's true. And the Ascension had several opportunities
They
at
did?
the title too, but they just failed.
Yeah. Which I think recently, not that this is random, but I think Animal went on to say that the Ascension need to drop the Legion of Doom gimmick, or I guess it's not even the same.
It was a lot closer
when they were
first.
NXT.
When they first debuted.
Okay.
When they were NXT, they weren't like them.
Oh, okay. See,
They
I
were,
don't really
they were
have
probably
any...
closer to what they are now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they brought them up, they started wearing the armor and stuff like that. So,
Gotcha. Yeah.
oh no, I don't have any first-hand experience at it. This
Yeah.
is just what I heard.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So, but yeah, Raw was definitely better this week.
Yeah, I would agree. That's almost 3 weeks in a row. It's weird.
Yeah, because the potential's there on SmackDown. It's just they're not really doing the right things with people.
I think it's the time constraint. I feel like...
But they were doing so good with the 2 hours before.
Right, but I feel like you gained such top guys. Like you gained Owens, Jericho. Now they're pushing Jinder Mahal. Who else do we get? Well, we had Nakamura come in.
It's true.
Dillinger. Not that he had a 30-second squash match.
Yeah.
But I feel like the influx of talent has just kind of made it tougher to...
Yeah, it eliminated other people's time.
Right, yeah.
So, who knows? That could be it. And maybe that's why they chose not to put that much talent on SmackDown in the first place.
Yeah.
Because even if it is only an hour difference, I guess it just seems like a lot more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they'll always argue that the cruiserweights are the reason for the
Third
extra hour.
Yeah.
Which...
Well, it's not the reason for but that's why they went to Raw.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows?
But
we'll see.
Yep.
They started off a little shaky when they did the draft.
Right, and then they turned it around.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like they do cuts every year, don't they?
Yeah.
But I feel
I don't think this is going to be a big cutting year.
Yeah, I think just Gotch will be the only one.
Well, it was around this time last year.
Was it this time? I thought it was just like...
It was a few months before the draft happened.
Okay.
When they did it.
Yeah.
I would imagine that this year, if they cut anybody, it'll be people who are already out the door anyway.
Yeah.
Or like people who have been sitting
Like
in
Paige
NXT for a long time. Yeah.
Other people, yeah. Well, I think they did cut a couple of NXT talent.
Yeah.
Somewhat recently.
So that would probably be it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, they just don't have the depth.
Yeah.
So, but whatever.
So this has been our SmackDown review. We will catch you guys next week for our Raw review.
Yes, and if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.